When you're at the gym, the last thing you should be exercising is your thumb, especially if you're a former UFC lightweight champion. So, has complacency finally caught up with Khabib Nurmagomedov after his retirement? Well, a recent video might show us what's up. In case you didn't know, Nurmagomedov also mentors both current and potential UFC competitors. That's right, he doesn't exactly hog all his skills to himself. Still, Khabib isn't the only one calling the shots. Yes, you'd be surprised to know that he isn't the gym's chief trainer. What you would know, though, is that he's temporarily taken time off from the MMA. His own promotion has taken a back seat, and in between all this one video obviously made us speculate. In the video, we can see the relaxing Dagestani getting scolded by head coach Javier Mendez to keep the gym's decorum in check. It seems that Mendez had been hearing quite a few complaints about the Eagle skipping practice sessions, and there was only so much indiscipline the gym's head coach could tolerate.
Thank you so much. Come here, coach. I love this guy. He's real Mexican gangster. Thank you so much. Alhamdulillah.
We pretty much know Khabib for his self-control, so the video practically feels like it's from a parallel reality. You don't exactly expect someone like Khabib to be slacking off, right? But surprise, surprise, this actually happened, and Coach Mendez wasn't going to just let it slide. There's still a bit more to what exactly went down though, so let's take a look at the video. In the video, a happy and content Eagle can be seen reclining at the corner of his gym. Not a care in the world, just scrolling through his Instagram. The head coach was, of course, a little concerned by this sight. Mendez made the decision to speak directly with his assistant coach about the issue. We do know that open communication is a part of the Nurmagomedov team's ethics. Whatever the issue, members are expected to discuss it without harboring resentment. So seeing Khabib himself just going through his little Instagram reels wasn't something that Coach Mendez would be proud of. "Is this what I taught you?" he says in the video.
"Is this what I taught you? Is this how I taught you how to coach? Huh? Instagramming?
Instagram gangster.
No, I'm not Instagram gangster.
"Is this how I taught you how to coach?" Mendez even goes on to let Nurmagomedov know that he's higher in the gym's chain of command when he tries to clap back. Khabib was duly reminded by the coach that he couldn't just undermine the team's culture, and in the long term, this would boost the gym's integrity too. With that in mind, Khabib being reprimanded for something so little does make sense, and we can see that he is entirely aware of his missteps in the video too. But he doesn't exactly admit things from the get-go.
This is Thursday, 3 p.m. and after like 10 hours I have to go make weight.
The fact that Nurmagomedov ultimately discovered his errors was the short video's greatest triumph. Ideally, the head coach wouldn't have had to throw shade at all, but the Eagle just had to take shots at the coach, saying he is more focused than him.
See, look, you're looking at video. You're looking at video.
Coach,
hey, you're my assistant coach.
but I'm more focused than you.
I'm standing up.
The coach simply pointed out that he was the one lying on the ground. This led to a short pause for contemplation before the champion realized that he needed to get up on his feet, literally, which he does. Good for him. Mendez then says, "Now you're more focused than me." This was before he puts the final nail in the coffin and asks Khabib to put his phone away. All the burns aside, this does help the team out in some ways.
There you go. Now you got it. Okay, there we go. Now you're more focused than me. There you go. Put your phone away. There you go.
We do get a glimpse of the team's culture through this short interaction after all. Mendez asks Nurmagomedov for a high five after he stands up, and he ultimately responds. The only time his clapping back was actually appreciated. The champion then praised his senior coach for his supportive sentiments and for keeping him on course. And it's not like he and Mendez don't go way back. Mendez even guided Khabib to the UFC title, and he's guiding us toward addressing the elephant in the room too. Why is Nurmagomedov retiring anyway? He revealed his retirement from coaching in a recent Instagram post written in Russian.
How is fight go if I cannot take him down? If I cannot take him down one time, I'm gonna try to 100 times. I'm ready for this 25 minutes.
Like when he completed as a fighter, it appears like Nurmagomedov is leaving the sport at the height of his game. Nurmagomedov's decision to leave coaching, in the words of his coach, was mostly influenced by his family. The former UFC champion has been distant from his wife and kids for far too long, according to Mendez. Additionally, he is eager to finally be able to spend time with them. Khabib simply doesn't want to lose out on being a parent. He's acting ethically. Anyone can tell. Anyone can also tell that people miss the Eagle. Mendez, however, has confidence confidence in the group because of his exceptional coaching abilities and their capacity to uphold his legacy. His leaving is a loss for the entire sport, though. The Dagestani wasn't just a good fighter, he was also a good coach who knew how to analyze fights and interact with his squad. In fact, he was notorious for his intense training sessions where he would wrestle with his fighters to help them get better. But there is still a bit more to Khabib's success in coaching.
I'm here with the winner and new UFC lightweight champion, Khabib Nurmagomedov. First of all,
one of the people that his coach credits is his father. We can see the results of the lessons he passed down from his father to the younger generation. Under his cautious eye, his athletes had a stellar 2022, going 19-2. Islam Makhachev, a protege of Usman Nurmagomedov, won the UFC lightweight title in October 2022. Over the holidays, many news organizations named Khabib Coach of the Year, and then he just vanishes and rides into the sunset, leaving everything behind. Or was his decision really all that swift? His passion for the sport might have been fading for a while. Throughout 2022,
I talk with between every round with Dana. I say, hey, after this fight, don't send me your fake contract.
Nurmagomedov has openly discussed his dwindling enthusiasm for mixed martial arts. He said as much on the Muslim Money Guys podcast that the sport was never inside his heart. Of course, he enjoyed it. You have to be passionate about what you do. Khabib was a huge sports fan because he wanted to be the greatest and win the championship, as everyone must.
And look at now where I am, last 10 years. I sacrificed everything what I have.
But once he was done, he was done. In another interview with UFC Russia, he stated that he thinks there's been a drop in MMA, though he admits that he may be mistaken. But that is what he believes, that there was a decline and that the flame, his flame, had slightly died. On New Year's Eve in Saitama Super Arena, it seemed like not even his first experience with Japanese MMA was able to reignite that spark. Still, we'll say it again, what a way to go out. With all that said, could we speculate a comeback? Shamil Zavarov, Khabib's friend and business partner, believes that people are blowing his retirement a bit out of proportion. He assessed the situation.
If you do this, nobody can touch you, brother. Believe me, brother. Nobody.
Calculated his options and realized that he had barely spent 2 to 3 months at home in the previous year. He then carefully explained to the boys that nothing had changed and that he needed to spend more time with them. That's all. But just to leave, Zavarov doesn't think it is possible. He might be holding on to any semblance of hope at this point. If Khabib leaves, the organization could fall apart tomorrow. Eagle FC depends on Khabib. He had a significant role in practically all aspects of the promotion. They increased their market reach to America last year, but they now seem to be marketing events there less frequently.
Doesn't matter, someone go jail or something like this. I don't care about this. When he win last time, 3 years ago, and this guy wanna fight for the title? No.
Choosing instead to focus on the Russian market, only time can tell how Khabib's departure will affect his team and the entire sport as a whole. One thing's for sure though, not even a UFC champion can get away with slacking off at the gym.